Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
The measure by Congressman San Nicolas corrects a technical flaw in the law by former Delegate Madeleine Bordallo that will allow the Treasury Department to release money that's already been set aside for payouts.
The language contained in H.R. 1365 was drafted in consultation with the U.S. Treasury and the U.S. Department of the Interior to ensure the intended outcome of the Loyalty Recognition Act is made whole. And at this time, Mr. Chairman, I would like to further enter into the record with unanimous consent a letter from Deputy Assistant Secretary Michael DeRoma from the U.S. Treasury affirming basically that the language in 1365 would in fact remedy the structural deficiencies in the previous statute without any objections, Mr. Chairman.
Former Delegate Bordallo had pushed through a provision in the 2017 National Defense Authorization Act that sets aside a portion of Section 30 money, taxes paid by federal employees that are rebated to GovGuam, as a funding source for war claims. In his brief remarks, San Nicolas also acknowledged the patience and perseverance of what many have called Guam's greatest generation, the survivors of World War II.
This occupation resulted in over 3 years of brutality for the people of Guam, who endured forced marches, forced labor, rapes, beheadings, and countless other atrocities at the hands of foreign occupiers at war with the United States. Since this time, the impacted people have on multiple occasions sought redress for these sufferings and have petitioned the United States as it absolved Japan at the conclusion of the war and as a gracious victor assumed responsibility for post-war peace.
During the markup meeting, San Nicolas acknowledged his predecessors for laying the groundwork and Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes and the Guam Republican Caucus for submitting letters in support of the bill. The measure now goes back to the full committee for further action. Meanwhile, the governor and the legislature are working on separate local legislation to fund the war claims payments. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.